Hi, I'm Pete McConville and I'm a bad watch YouTuber. There are so many topics and so many things I don't do that I should. And possibly one of the biggest mistakes, the biggest rookie error I've made is not doing a watch expert tier list where I rank the brands. Well, you know what? Today's the day I get serious. Today's the day I fix that. So after the intro, hang around and you'll see this watch expert rank all the watch brands of any significance. Obviously the expert in ranking watch brands and coming up with a watch tier list is Nico Leonard. So I figured I would start with his template. So I got his template out, started thinking about where I would rank everyone from God tier down to Hublot tier as Nico has it. And this is what I came up with. Essentially, what I found was that when I was done, there were only two tiers left. There was God tier and trash tier. The trash brands, in fact, no, let's start with the positive. What does it take to make it into God tier? You need to be creative. You need to bring a spark of what makes humans humans and attempt to create something new to bring some joy into the world. That's all it takes. To try and do anything else, I found that whenever I separated them and tried to say, where would Gerard Perregaux fit compared to Lis Nardar, compared to Rolex, compared to Breitling, compared to Omega, what I found was, depending on what I chose to look at, what aspects of their history, their current catalog, the resources available to them, who they're trying to make happy, which watch in particular, or which era, what I found was I could move brands around and put them in whatever category I wanted. What I actually began to find was that where a brand ended up on these tier lists had little or nothing to do with the brand and had a lot, in fact, had pretty much everything to do with me and my tastes and my prejudices and where I thought I wanted to put people. And the hint is that is how everyone's tier list works. They all have their own prejudices, their own ideas, their own editing process where they decide which watch from a brand are they going to consider, which watches from brands are they going to ignore, are they going to consider what's available to this watch, to which watch brand to do, or are they going to assume that everyone has trillions of dollars to spend? What I would say is if you look at everyone else's watch tier lists, they tell you nothing about watches or watch companies, and they tell you pretty much everything you need to know about the person putting the tier list together. So, as far as I'm concerned, why did I put pretty much everyone in God tier? Because for me, what it comes down to is to be a God is to create, is to be something creative, is to be something more than just a mindless, soulless replicator of what other people have done. You know what? You do that, you get God tier. Simple. So, who doesn't make God tier? Who does get trash tier? Well, it's the brands that bring us no creativity, no thought, no imagination. It's the Sea Sterns and San Martins and the Parnas and the Pagani designs. Basically, photocopiers and factories. They are trash brands. If they didn't exist, we'd be no worse off. We would know nothing less about watches than we know now, and their existence brings us nothing except cheap versions of other people's creativity. So that's how I've broken it up. That's my tier list. You know what? I've got essentially nothing else really to say, so this is going to be a really short video. Fascinated by what your comments on this video will be. See you in the comments below.